Hello there. It's Tom O'Mahony, and welcome to the podcast for the 7th. There we are, Wednesday the 7th of the 6th, 2017, everybody. You're all very, very welcome to, I don't want to say a very special podcast, because of course, you know, they've all been cool in their own right. You'll have seen the name on this one, so you can guess who's coming up. The absolutely legendary Tom Green, and we'll get to that in a little bit. What a fun week. Gigs coming up this week, folks. It's going to be a slightly relaxing week. I can actually catch up on life with a bunch of other shit going on, but I will be in the Roisin Dove on Friday night with Kevin McGahern and Steve Bennett. I'm not sure who else is on the bill, but it should be a fun one. Laughter Lounge the following weekend. I will be back in the Roisin Dove with my own show, Buckshot, back there on the 20th of July during Arts Week. Apparently I'm very fucking arty. Like I said, we'll get to the stuff about Tom, or we'll get to Tom in a minute. Jesus Christ, what a fucking bananas couple of since I was talking last week. Holy Christ almighty. It was intense. It was intense, fun. I think the last time I was actually in Galway. Fucking hell, I'm hardly out of Galway at this stage. Last Wednesday I was in Galway, headlining the old show there at the Comedy Cellar they have in Galway, run by John O'Hare and a couple of guys. God, it was a ton of fucking fun. I got down there was absolutely nobody there, but then just a rush of people just all came in the door. The guy, Duffy, the guy that was hosting, he was a funny fucker, but he's like he's a skinny kind of studenty dude with glasses, looked as nonchalant as could be, and they were giving out free sangria. I was like, that's a nice touch, you know, to everybody who wanted some. But he had it like homemade sangria in like one of those 5-litre water bottles, but like the label was still on it, but it had kind of been rubbed off a bit. It looked rough, dodgy as fuck. You're going into a darkened basement on like a Wednesday night in Galway, and this chap that you've never met before, this kind of giggling student style lad, is just going, free sangria. I took a picture of it and had to put it up. I don't think he looked at it from my point of view. I was just breaking my shit laughing that people were actually taking this stuff. I think that might have been they were foul. The audience were foul. They went for the dirtiest stuff that some of the earlier lads had put. Jesus. I think they were mostly American, not all together or anything, but it was filthy stuff for a Wednesday night. It was great. And I pointed out it might be something to do with what went into the fucking sangria. There was some fun people in the audience. There was 3 women. They were actually, all of them were medical illustrators, like drawn dicks and stuff. I mean, I've been drawing dicks. They were getting paid. We've all been drawing dicks since we were children, but these people were getting paid to do it. Turns out one woman, she'd been drawing anuses for a year, different variations of anuses. So yeah, there was that's the kind of level of people I performed in comedy clubs. So like I said, those are the shows coming up. You're obviously listening to this on either iTunes, SoundCloud, or Stitcher. Anyway, I'm on all of them, so do subscribe. Be sure to subscribe if you're listening to this for the first time. Share it, tell everybody about it. No mystery about what I was up to at the weekend. But prior to that, yeah, Jesus Christ, I don't know if I was telling you earlier ones. I was telling you about the Crow situation out the back. Mother of divine Jesus, it's on a new next level. They're massive. They're fucking, like, there's a couple of them as big as fucking seagulls. Like, they're just these massive bastard crows. I see this one, he looked like the Mad Max of crows. Like, he was missing bits of feathers. The few he had were spiked up on top of his head. And even his crow, like his crowing didn't sound right. It sounded like he'd smoked a bunch of fags and then went, ah. It just sounded like some old dude sitting on the roof of the house, just scaring the shit out of everything. So I said, look, the neighbours aren't going to let me fucking blow any of these away, because I discussed it with a few of them, and they weren't overly excited about the idea of it. So there's not a whole pile you can do really. So we were in not a garden centre, it was like a Euro shop, and we got a fucking pretend hawk. I felt like some asshole buying this thing. Fucking guns at home, like, and I'm buying a hawk. But this thing, like, it was about 2 foot tall. It's like a big ass hawk, and it looks like one, I suppose. I mean, it's just plastic. But the fucking thing has worked. I stuck it out in the middle of the backyard. Crows lost their shit when they saw it. Lost their shit. I mean, they say crows are smart, but these ones are pretty fucking stupid. But so I've been moving it around. I'm at war with the crows, you see, so I've been moving it around bit by bit just to fuck with their heads a small bit, like. But yeah, like, even the gnarly old bastard, he like has moved up to like a higher tree now, and he's just staring down, and none of them have come near it. They swooped kind of at it. So I don't know, is it total stroke of luck? If people have a crow issue, get one of these plastic fucking hawks. They seem to be doing the trick. But yeah, the weekend it had kicked off. I was touring with Tom Green. I didn't do the Vickers Street show. That went to somebody else. But I was to do the Limerick, Galway, then Cork show. I was to pick Tom up and his girlfriend Leah and his videographer, because he's filming the entire thing, and all across Europe. He's going to make a documentary. I'm assuming it's going to be on Netflix or whatever, but I was to pick him up, and the questions had come through to me a few times. What kind of car you drive? And it was a saloon car. Explained exactly what type of one it was that I was going to bring that would take them all, and good sized boot and everything. Holy fuck, I get up to pick up Tom and the gang on Friday, and lo and behold, the boot isn't even fucking close enough to the size that it needs to be. But the shit didn't quite hit the fan too hard, like, because it was nice and early. Like, we didn't have to be down in Limerick until, want to be down there a bit earlier than we did, but it was basically what had happened was it picked him up at 12:30. The idea was we'd toddle down the country. So it went from being a nice, relaxed... I hoovered the car for the first time in fucking months. So the car was immaculate, full of petrol, washed, everything. Bags wouldn't fit. Holy fuck. Now, he wasn't losing the plot. In fairness to him, he wasn't losing it at all. He was totally sound about it. He was like, I told him 20 times they're going to need a big enough car for all our gear, which is fair enough. So I rang his man in the UK. He's like, oh shit. So Tom was like, yeah, look, I don't know. I mean, we were going to fix something. We were going to put him on a fucking train and I'd follow down with the bag. Something would have been done anyway. So had to fucking rent a car really quick, because the clock was ticking, because the traffic out of Dublin, of course, it's the long weekend. Traffic was going to be hairy. So I'm chatting with his man over in the UK from Get Comedy. And they're having a pretty calm, of course. I go searching. Turns out there's a bunch of car hire places in town that still have websites and pictures of their place online, but they're absolutely shut down to fuck. I was on Capel Street, which is right around the corner from where he was staying. I left them off, of course, you know what I mean? Just let them off to go do their own thing, because they don't need to be fucking stressing about it. Like, they've enough on their plate. I go around the corner, up and down the fucking street looking for this place. Turns out it's an Asian dude has a phone shop there now. Over then to Tara Street, there's 2 or 3 there. Holy fuck, the daylight robbery they wanted for just an estate car. Jesus Christ. Phenomenal stuff. Phenomenal. So I said I'd compare and contrast, because apparently there was 3 or 4 of these all on the one street over near Tara Street, or Pierce Street I should say. Nah, just the other ones had graffiti all over them and closed down long time ago. So it would seem there's only one real show in town when it comes to the airplanes and whatnot, or the car hire. So there was only one option: boot straight out to at this stage we were under the fucking pump. I was back and forth with 2 or 3 people that were the bookers in Ireland as well, and they were like, Jesus Tom, you better get something sorted. Meanwhile they hadn't had or fucking anything to do with it. I finally get out to the airport, cool as a breeze. They're like, yeah, 180 quid for the weekend, this thing. Lovely, says I. Lovely. Sure, that's not too bad. You want to give it to me at a good price, because she could see I was under pressure or whatever. So it was a Kia Sportage. But when you don't own a credit card, which I don't know why you would need a credit card these days, but I don't own a credit card, because I wouldn't do that to my fucking self. I'd drill myself into the ground with a credit card. And they won't accept one over the phone either from somebody who does have one. So I'm standing there, she's like, yeah, I'm going to have to hit you for the full cover there. So that's 280. And yeah, we're going to hang on to 300 quid of a deposit. And you know what that means? If anybody's ever rented a fucking car, essentially what that means is we're going to hang on to, swear to God, it'll go back in your car the second you drop back the car. They scrutinise the car all right, but he went, yeah, that'll go back on. It doesn't go back on for about 2 weeks, people, in case you're wondering. I've rented a few cars in the past, and it will not go back on for a good 10 days at the very least. I guess they must hang on to a bunch of it and just gain interest for that little moment that it's on. Cheeky whores. Got the car anyway, out with 6th Everybody else is giving me a pain in my bollocks. Sixth give is the Kia Sportage, which, by the way, has more bells and fucking whistles than I've ever seen on a car. By Jesus, fair play to him. There's actually a little feature I found on a button that it won't let you go over the lines on the road. It'll actually straighten the car back. Like, it recognises painted lines on the road and straightens the wheel back up if you let it go. Isn't that fucking unbelievable? I mean, it's not self-drive, you know what I mean? But it's this moment where it just senses the lines. It's like, nah, get back to fuck, Tom. Get back in. I was surprised with it. It did the trick. Get back into the city. Get him loaded up, tight as fuck, just about enough space, and we shoot off down the road. And like the lads are like, so it's Tom and Lee and Anthony, and it's like, so what way do you reckon the traffic be? Now traffic around, I suppose it probably must have been 4 o'clock at this stage. It's normally hairy enough, but it frees up down the M7 heading for Limerick. When you're heading south, it frees up after Naas, always after Naas. Well, fuck me, it went all the way almost to Portlaoise. Jesus Christ, we were fucked at that stage. It was gonna cut it seriously tight, but and we still needed to eat. Like, nobody had eaten, so just was like, well, we can't do the show without Tom fucking there. So we pulled in at the Midway. I don't know if anybody's been to the Midway, which is on the M7. Yeah, it's kind of bleak. They have I mean, it's fine when it's open, all of it's open, but we were just sitting there in this food court, but just there was one thing open, the chicken. Oh, it was back and forth with the chicken lady. She wasn't overly impressed with the questions the other folks were asking her. Like, I don't know what her problem was. Like, they were just asking for things like mustard, and this lady, I don't think she definitely wasn't of Irish origin. She was not playing ball with these people. We get loaded back in, drop them to the hotel, fucking under the pump. I have to go park it up in my hotel, which is right around the corner, which, in fairness, I'd pretty much the same hotels. It was that they didn't know who was supporting or what the thing was, so they'd only booked for him and Anthony. So I parked the thing up. I had to sprint on, because I'm opening the show, so I had to fucking quite literally sprint down to fucking Dolan's warehouse. Got in the door, got the show going, and it all went fucking gravy. Lovely fucking cracking audience for Friday night too, you know what I mean? They felt like a Saturday night audience, you know what I mean? They'd shaken off the shackles. Great fucking crack. Went off like a fucking fucking, what do they call it, a cut snake. It was absolutely fucking brilliant. Really, really had great crack at them. Tom went up and, of course, destroyed. Fantastic night. It was great. I think I'm after getting some good video out of it. Anthony recorded a bunch of shit, so that should be fun. Sorry, I'm not drinking tea today. Sorry, but I am drinking water, because you'll be getting hell talking you'd be surprised how often, how little on a normal day. You might think you talk a lot, but it's rare you talk this much without somebody talking back to you. Do you get me? It's rare that you just flat out talk for a certain period of time without any response whatsoever. So you're speaking twice as much as you typically would in that space of time. So even your face is going, what the fuck are you doing? Following day, Saturday, lovely. We head off early, head down the country. Everybody's happy. We're on fucking track now. Man, I have to say, like, the gang were just so nice. Like, they were just sound. Because that could have been, like I was saying to you last week, could have been fucking weird. Do you know what I mean? If they were weird, or if I was weird for them, because they had the same fears. They were like, oh, please don't let this fella be a fucking dose. But it turns out we all got on very well. So we were going to Galway the next day, which is great. You can't go fucking wrong Saturday night during the summer in Galway. And we took the scenic route. Now, I hadn't done the Wild Atlantic Way, and anybody listening to this who has never done the Wild Atlantic Way and you want to impress some fucking locals, or impress some neighbours, or cousins, I should say, coming to visit, Jesus Christ, what a drive. What a fucking drive. And to be credited with it, they tarmacked, they've resurfaced it. Now, the road is still a narrow little road or whatever, like. I know I say the road, there's tons of roads all the way along the coast, but Jesus, they have paved every bit of it to immaculate standards. There's no potholes. It's all lined. Holy shit! It was a stunning drive. Like, you couldn't have asked for a more impressive thing. If you wanted a diddly Irish looking drive, by God, they got it in fucking absolute bagfuls. It was, fuck, what a drive. There's castles and stuff along the route. We passed by the Cliffs of Moher, but I mean, it was just full of Asian people and buses, so it was like we just passed on by. Because you can't be dealing with that dust. So you drive a mile up the road, sure, and you just pull in, you'll find cliffs straight away. Like, you can look pretty much back at the cliff. Well, not essentially, but there, I mean, 5 miles up the road, there's this like round tower castle. I mean, it's way more impressive than scabby old cliffs. They charge into the cliffs too, by the way. I don't know how much they charge in, but I don't know, how do you charge to a cliff? How do you fence it off? How do you, maybe you can't be seen from other parts. I don't know what it was. It was stunning. Get to go with any loads of time. It was fucking smashing. I had dropped him off, I stayed in the Roisin Dove apartment, which is lovely apartment. I was going to go for clean food because I ate a salad earlier that we stopped in Dirty Nelly's in Bunratty, of course, because, you know, why not? Went fucking jumper shopping in the Blarney Woolen Mills. All the Irishy stuff. Guy serving us and everything was kind of had a low stature, lovely fella. Like, he was as Irish as you could have made an Irish person look like. But I'd had a salad and had a clean breakfast as well. So I was like, fuck this, I'm having foul food here now. And I did. I went into this chipper. Oh, Jesus Christ. There were nice chips, but covered with curry sauce, cheese and bacon. There you go, people. There you go. That's where my diet went clean out the fucking window. That's the way I roll. I'll just either do something 1,000% in one direction or 2,000% in the other. So foul, absolutely. It was glorious, though. It really, truly was. Like, but of course, you couldn't put a foot wrong. The place was absolutely sold out as well. Standing room only, bedding, absolutely. You couldn't put a foot wrong. You could not put a foot wrong. I went up, did my open half an hour, closed the break, brought on Tom. Sure, the place went fucking ape shit, of course. Tom rocked it, beatboxed and everything in the middle. Fucking while everybody sang along. It was just one of those, it was a proper Saturday night, like, you know what I mean, where they come to see Tom, and Tom destroyed. Of course, hung around for photographs with people too, you know, just being a sound skin. Like, it was a good night. Good night. We talked about going up the road for a beer, like, but we actually didn't. I was fucking knackered when I realised how much driving I'd been doing in the previous 24 hours. It had been bananas, and you're gigging on top of that too as well. So we actually headed off. Following day, it was Cork bound on. We head off around lunchtime, but I swear to God, I went for, I suppose you'd call it a brunch. I'm like, there wasn't a lot open. I didn't want the fucking greasy spoon stuff, so I went into this place that wasn't far from the Roisin Dove. It was called Massimo. I want to get that right. Massimo, yeah. Bite-suffering Jesus. If you have ever wanted to taste incredible chicken, they have this thing on the starters menu, or small bites menu, called Athenry Hay Smoked Chicken. Now, I know that sounds... and it's organic as well. I know it sounds a bit, oh Jesus, Tom Curly moustache moment. I'm not joking with you. Get on it. I had to even say it. I went, fucking, somebody tell the chef. This is how, honest to God, the greatest chicken I've ever had in my life. Now, maybe that's just to my taste, but it was beyond perfect. It was beyond perfect. Holy shit. And I was even strange. It was John Muldoon, the Connacht rugby captain, was walking by every couple of minutes. I don't know what he was dressed up. It was and drinking pints at that hour. You know, it was only like 12 o'clock, so I'm guessing they had a wedding to go to or something. But it didn't even. Normally, I'd go over and make myself shake hands with him and say, "Hey, how's it going?" or whatever. But I fucking didn't. I was just so engrossed in this chicken. This place, Massimo. A big shout out to that place. Anybody in Galway that knows him, tell him what I fucking think, because by Jesus, it was stunning. It was just stunning. On the road off to Cork, we stopped in Charleville on the way. It was a grand drive, though. Traffic wasn't there, wasn't non-existent. It was absolutely lovely. Stopped in Charleville. We were going to have 99s, and we didn't. Don't know why, but we had coffees instead. Just took some footage, because Charleville is a cutesy kind of, it looks like a proper Irishy town. So it's great for, like, when they're shooting it, they want places to look. But we were driving along, and I'd said to him the day before, did they want to stop at the Blarney Stone, the Blarney Castle? And I was like, yes, absolutely. But you're like all good things, it normally goes out the window because time is away and yeah, and all the rest of it. But we said we'd swing in for a quick look anyway. And we get over there, and it's like 4:45, and we're walking in, and pay it or just to ask about it at the front desk or whatever. And lo and behold, it's like 15 minutes before it closes. And the woman's like, oh no, listen, you'll be up there in 10 minutes, you'll be kissing the Blarney Stone. Up there, this old woman, I'm calling her, I say old woman, no, she wasn't old, but she wasn't young either, you know what I mean? But she was a crafty old wench, right? She says, oh, you'll be up there or not. She knew fucking well she was going to be quitting in 15 minutes, and she wouldn't have to talk to us, because even if we got over there and back fast as fuck in 20 minutes in a fast round trip, or 25 minutes, we say, she'd be long gone home, so she wouldn't have to answer to us. Not a fucking hope. Where we go, of course, Tom hits her with, well, if it's all closing up, do you think we could get a discount? Straight as a fucking judge, she just looks in and goes, everything's still available to you, sir, technically. And even he looked at me, he was like, wow, that was just ice cold. That was fucking ice cold. I'm like, yeah, well, technically she's got us by the balls, Tom. Everything's, the house and gardens and the castle and the stone and everything are technically available to you. You just, you just got to fucking see them all fairly quickly. So she says the place will be closed at 6, but they're all quitting at 5. So lying out through a whole Dolores. 45 minutes later, nearly 50 minutes later, must be 5:30, 20 to fucking 6. Not even near the stone. We're still queuing up with all the other assholes. It's funny, like this fucking Tom was wearing a jacket that Canada written small writing on it, and this woman's in front. She's like, so I see you're from Canada, and you could see he's like, yeah. Another woman then started, we have friends in Saskatchewan. Have you seen this? Even he wanted to go, like, you're from America. Can you have no scale of size? Holy fuck. Canada is colossal in size. And these are the chats that are going on. Like, one woman was saying something to him. He's like, listen, no, we're in a bit of a hurry ourselves, like, you know, because got a show tonight. She's like, oh, are you a singer? And it was just, again, he kind of glanced at me and went, yeah, I'm a singer. Cool, where are you playing? So I told him where we were playing. I don't know. I don't think they turned up. They would have been highly disappointed if it was singing they were looking for. But and Tom, of course, wasn't going kissing the stone. Another thing too. Old fucking Dolores at the front desk, because Tom was like, seriously, I don't want to kiss the spot. I don't think I'm being unreasonable, but I don't want to kiss the same spot that like 20,000 people have kissed in the past week. She's like, oh, don't worry, there's sanitizer. The lads will spray on the stone for you. He's like, oh, cool, fair enough. So, all right. We get up there and the lads are like, nah. Nah. Yeah, and you know, they go looking like under their own jackets and stuff, because there's two guys to help you kind of lean back and kiss this stone. You should check it out on YouTube if you've no idea what it is. It's bizarre. It's up at the top of this castle, and it's hanging over like the kind of, I suppose, what would you call it? It's an overhang, and you got to kind of lean back over the edge of the castle. Like, it's death-defying stuff, like. And you got to kiss this stone. Well, like, I was going, nah, I'm not fucking kissing. Like, I kind of nose, like, did the Maori kind of nose rub with the thing. I wasn't going fucking kissing that thing. It was just fucking slimy. Tom and Leah kind of kissed the side of it. Anthony went full hog. He didn't give a shit. He just went straight in for the shift. Fucking scored the stone. So that was that. Got on to Cork. Full house again. Fantastic. City Limits is an absolute glorious place when it's full. Full house. There was one wagon, all right, she was piping up. They were just fucking spacers, you know what I mean? People where you go, I didn't realise people like you fucking existed. Siobhan was piping up during my set. And our friends too, like, you know what I mean? They were all just fucking weirdos. Like, I mean, I can put some of it down to drink, but they were carrying on like people who'd just been taken off an island. Do you know what I mean? An uninhabited fucking island, and then left into society. This one was just kept on piping up, and I left her off and went, all right, what is it you want to fucking say? Because normally you can shut people up with a few lines, like, and people just laugh along. And she would just, I just need to say that, and she, blah, 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 blah. Like, and you could even tell by the tone of voice I'm doing what kind of person you're dealing with. And you could see every man, woman in that fucking audience was looking at her going, shut the fuck up. And she rabbited on for like 25 seconds, and I just leaned down, got my glass of water, came back up and went, fuck, that was interesting. And just the whole place just erupted and turned on her, basically, like, just shut up, you stupid wench, like, just for no reason, just being a fucking tit. Do you know what I mean? I mean, interaction is absolutely fine, especially with the likes, you know, to me or Tom Green especially. He promotes it, but at least, you know what I mean? Be a human. Just be a fucking human. Stop being a complete fucking weirdo, like. But yeah, I mean, they piped down anyway eventually. Like, and that was, I mean, I don't even know why I brought that story up. It was a non-event anyway. The show was absolutely fucking brilliant, and that was that. Yeah, I mean, it ended lovely. Tom did a bunch of fucking interviews with people afterwards and stuff. We chatted, we got photographs of people. I think everybody was in a really good form as well after. A lot of people hung out, you know, that kind of way. So it was just a great feel-good fucking weekend. And it was a pity it didn't go on for longer. Like, it would have been great to actually go tip across Europe with them, because we'd all kind of clicked at that stage. We knew the car was right for us. They knew I was somewhat safe and that I didn't kill any of us or hit anything or all the rest of it. And I suppose that's about the size of our weekend. I'll just, like that, I'm rabbiting on because this is a short enough one with Tom, because it wasn't a fucking moment's peace really, because we were just either gunning it from this thing to that thing to fucking seeing this joke to that joke, and he had his own thing to film, so there wasn't a lot of opportunity to sit down. So the only time I got him was I dropped into Cork Airport after picking him up in the morning, and it was on the drive because we'd meant to do it like over the previous day, and it was like, fuck, we never got to do it. And he, like Tom suggested, he goes, how about on the drive? Will the, you know, thing pick me up in the car? So I was like, yeah, fucking perfect. So it's only, I mean, if it's even, you know, maybe with 15 minutes of a chat or whatever, but it's a good synopsis to the weekend. Like, and man has enough stuff on his own plate. But yeah, it was just an overall really sound gang, and that was about the size of it. So if you would, please give it up for the fantastic Tom Green.
Good morning.
Good morning, Tom.
We're going to the airport.
Thank you very much for early morning too, of all the things.
Thank you. Don't kill us driving to the airport because we're doing the podcast. You know, see how that could be. Distracting, hosting a radio show,
You know,
and driving at the same time.
I'm going to double check that boot too. So that could be really messy.
Oh yeah, all our stuff falls out.
Make for
Okay, I'll just talk while you go. Okay. We'll keep the recording going here. We're driving to the airport right now, and we're going to be leaving for England. But I wanted to thank everybody. This is Tom Green. I want to thank everybody for coming to the shows in Ireland. My first tour of Ireland, and it was excellent. Thank you for getting us around the country, Tom. I appreciate it.
Don't you worry about it in our big family wagon.
Yeah, absolutely.
We do look like a lovely family though, don't we, in the Kia Sportage?
Oh, yeah. Are you returning the car?
I'm returning the car back to the lovely people of Sixt.
Okay, great.
Yeah, they were very, very nice.
So this is your podcast we're on right now?
Uh-huh. And it was your podcast there for a good 30 seconds there. That was great.
Yeah, no problem. We're just waking up here, so I don't know how good it was.
Sure, it's absolutely fine. Has it surprised you at all how well Tom Green is loved here? Or did you know that you were absolutely loved here prior?
Well, it's always nice when people show up to the show, that's for sure. And I appreciated it. And thank you to everybody for coming out. It was a pretty incredible few days, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. We got to see some really diddly-diddly Irish things. We got to meet a leprechaun.
Yeah.
In Bunratty.
Yeah, absolutely. And we had some great shows, though.
Yeah, the shows were fantastic.
Packed houses.
Another sellout last night in Cork.
Yeah.
You can't complain about that. And you know what? I was really impressed with. I was on Saturday night, I think it was, we were in Galway. You actually beatboxed a little bit. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do beatbox sometimes.
It was fucking brilliant.
Occasionally, I'll slip in a little beatboxing.
And have you ever been toyed with the idea of going back to the rap? Any bit at all?
I'm making some music now.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's an exclusive.
Yeah.
To the people of Ireland, Tom Green is making more music. This is very exciting stuff. The more Tom Green, the better.
Yeah, absolutely. Got some chitter chatter boxes in the back seat during your radio show, huh?
That's all right.
That's okay. Right. If you're wondering why there's some chitter chatter in the background, it's because we're in a car full of people right now.
It's the Green family.
Yeah,
the Green family.
My girlfriend is in the back seat, and also my friend is in the back seat who's making a documentary.
Do you know what's delightful is that you all turned out to be really nice.
Yeah,
this
that
could
is
have been
delightful.
weird. This could have been weird for 3 days, couldn't it?
Yeah, really good.
We were all kind of
I'm glad you turned out to be nice too.
Yeah, I could have gotten weird for everybody.
Yeah, I'm just saying that, of course, for the show. No, it was very fun. Thank you. You took us to the Blarney Stone.
Where you kissed the cheek of the Blarney Stone.
Yeah, absolutely. They told us when we got there that there would be hand sanitizer available to rub on the Blarney Stone, and then we waited in line for 45 minutes. So when we got to the top, there was none. And I got to say, I was mildly concerned seeing the, long queue of tourists slobbering all over this rock, and then I'm expected to sit down and do the same. So I kind of kissed the side of it. That's what she said. But when you get to the Blarney Stone, if you kind of go on the outside of the little support railing that you hold, you can see the stone. The Blarney Stone runs along the whole bottom of that overhang there. It's a large piece of limestone or something like that. And if you kiss the side of it, is probably a good thing to do.
Still counts.
Yeah, that's the way that you can get my Streptococcus. Yeah. I actually didn't kiss the side of it because I was worried about catching something. I just didn't want to give something to everybody in Ireland. I was being courteous by kissing
cooties.
Yeah, I was being courteous by kissing the side of it. Cooties, that's a good word. That's a polite word for what I'm trying to say.
What are cooties supposed to be anyway?
I don't know, but it's definitely a lot better than whatever I was thinking. Yeah.
Just getting face aids off the rock.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's what I was talking about. I didn't want to actually say it though.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
The level of obnoxious lady, the cheeky wagon in front of you.
Yeah.
Any chance if our family could come up? Your line was beautiful.
Yeah.
You
think she has face aids?
She definitely has face aids.
Yeah, there you
and
go.
that jittery one from Massachusetts. She was freaking me out. She was freaking
Which
everybody.
one? Who's the jittery one from Massachusetts?
This little old woman that her husband was tapping you on the shoulder going, I see from your jacket you're from Canada.
Oh, at the Blarney Stone.
Yeah, and she started talking about then how claustrophobic she was.
It's interesting when you wait in a 45-minute long queue, or lineup as we say in North America. We say queue here, right?
Yeah.
You wait in a 45-minute long queue. It's fun, the little relationships that form between you and those around you, especially when you're in a very compact circular staircase in a Middle Ages castle. People sort of start butting in line, and then they ask if their family can come ahead of you, and then you say no, and then there's sort of some discomfort there. I enjoyed it.
Were they the same? They were the same ones that thought you were a singer.
Yeah. Well, I said, no, your family can't come ahead of us in line to kiss the Blarney Stone, because we got to get going. We've got a show to do. And then they said, are you a singer? And I said, yes.
How good would it have been if they showed up to city limits last night?
I'm glad they didn't come, personally. I had enough of them by the end of the day. Yeah. No, they seemed nice, actually. But, no, it's, thanks a lot for everything. We're going to the airport now. By the way, everybody listening, please follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And tell me that you listen to this podcast. And if you do, I will give you nothing. You receive nothing.
Tom has make-believe stickers that he can give out over the air.
Yeah, absolutely. I do have a thing I've been doing lately where if somebody comes up to me in public after one of my shows and asks for a sticker, they get a sticker. So that's a pretty exciting game where you win virtually nothing also.
Well, that's you're backing up what you're saying there.
It's fun though, I carry the stickers around. There's stickers for my website, tomgreen.com, which I just relaunched for mobile. And and I carry them around. And if somebody asks, they do receive one. If I have one, which I usually do.
And of course you're going to come back.
Absolutely. What do you figure, next year a good time to come back?
I think so, yeah.
Once a year, make it an annual tradition?
Yeah, make it the Green family tradition.
Sounds great.
We'll get another family SUV.
Yeah.
We'll see some more places. You'll have to take longer, though, because I have more to show you. I've got
Is
loads.
there more cities that we missed?
There's Kilkenny. You have to hit Kilkenny.
Kilkenny, a good place to
Belfast, you got to hit Belfast.
Of course, yeah, that's... My grandfather was conceived in Belfast, so yeah.
Yeah, that was cool actually. On especially on Saturday night in Galway.
Conceived in Belfast, born in Canada, died in Galway. My grandfather,
Mr. O'Hagan.
yeah, Hagan. His name was Robert Hagan.
It's a fine Belfast name actually.
Yeah.
The Galway people really were into it. They were like, he's one of ours.
Yeah.
Because Irish people love to claim, and the fact that you've made any mention that you have some Irish in you.
Yeah.
Immediately, Irish people go, he's ours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. They don't mind that he's from Belfast down here.
No.
They just kind of, it's a fun sort of thing when they kind of ribbon you a little bit about it, right?
That's all. That's
It's
all.
a bit of a rivalry, I guess, right?
Realistically, I mean, with the way Brexit is going, we may end up with those 6 counties back anyway. So
yeah, that'll be good. Ireland should be.
And then Anthony can shout about the Ra as much as he wants. Then
Yeah,
because
I don't even know what it is.
Well, it would have been seen as a bit of a terrorist organisation back in the day.
Oh, okay.
They were freedom fighters.
Oh, the RA, the Republican Army.
Yes.
I got it. Yeah.
Anthony says he's going to join.
Well, now it's out there.
It's quite terrifying too. At 6'4", he'd make a great freedom fighter soldier.
Yeah. Let's not get into all that. I want Anthony to come back next time. Don't want any problems at the passport control.
And the documentary is that going to take in every single one of the countries?
Yeah, absolutely. On this documentary that'll be coming out sometime next year, 2018, because it's a full-length feature film. It's not just some, little rainy day fun for boys and girls YouTube video. This is a real feature film. It's going to feature the whole tour, which is started off in Tel Aviv, in Israel. We went to Bethlehem. We went to Amsterdam after that, then London, and then all through Ireland, and then we're off today to Cardiff, and we'll be traveling then all through England after that, and then finishing off the tour in Sweden, Denmark, and Norway.
Wow.
So that's pretty
amazing.
Yeah, I've never been to Sweden, Denmark, or Norway before. And I'm about to find out why.
Very exciting stuff. I'm going there later in the year as our belated honeymoon.
Yeah.
We're going there. So I can't absolutely wait. Well, we're here at the airport, Tom. Thank you very, very much. It's been a delightful day.
Oh my gosh, yeah,
and again,
thank you.
Follow Tom Green on everything social.
Yes, thank you.
Keep your eyes peeled. I don't know how you'd peel your eyes, but keep your eyes peeled for Tom Green.
Don't peel them.
No, don't peel them.
Don't peel your eyes on the account of me. I would feel horrible.
Tom Green made me do it.
Yeah, thousands of people all over Ireland peeling their eyes because of this podcast. What a horrible, horrible thing to have to carry around with me. The guilt. The Irish guilt.
Well, once again, thank you very, very much, Tom.
Thank you.